Today I'm going to work on Warrior 1 pose, but before we do that, I'm going to warm myself up because I haven't done that yet. I'm going to do some slow yoga moves on the areas that we're going to work on with Warrior 1. If you want to skip through all of that and just get to the Warrior 1 pose, then I'll leave a timestamp somewhere up here where you can click that and go straight to it. Goose is obviously going to walk past the camera now. Hello, Goose. You're doing a good downward dog. That's a very good downward dog. Oh, you're going to show it again. Okay, good boy. Daddy Bear is going to do some yoga. He's going to do some Warrior 1. Can you do Warrior 1? All right, come on. No, all right, fine. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is work on a sun salutation. So what I would like to do, put your feet together like this, just go really slow, focus on the breath. There's no ego here, so if you can't do something, do enough of what you can do. There's no race, there's no competition. Everybody is different. Everyone has different abilities. So feet straight together, okay? You can't really see that because Goose is proudly in the way there. We're going to come up through the body and we're going to just turn this into a diamond. We're going to look through the diamond shape in our hands and then we're going to slowly rotate backwards as we breathe. And then we're going to come forward and roll our body down. Again, if you can't touch your toes, just go to the point in which you can. Okay, grab hold of your ankles if you can. Grab hold of the mat. Again, there's no ego here, no competition. Just make sure that your legs are nice and straight so there isn't really a bend in them. So go as far as you can, okay? You're going to hold it here. What you want to do is aim for like a string that's pulling your bum up. And then from here we're going to go slowly back up. Come up, bring your wings up. Right above your head, go back into that diamond shape and then move backwards slightly. Like feeling that your belly button is being pulled out here. Then you might be thinking, well, why are we doing this for Warrior 1? Well, Warrior 1, even though it's a beginner pose, and come all the way back down again, even though it's a beginner pose, I still find it incredibly difficult. And it works on your hips, it works on your pelvis, works on your shoulders. So grab those ankles. And then we're going to come back up on a last time. Come up nice and straight. Bring up your wings. Get those hands into a diamond shape and then rotate backwards. Well, not rotate, but lean backwards so you've got an arch in your back, looking through that diamond shape. Okay. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to get into child pose. Now I'm going to have to ask Goose to politely move out the way. Goosey, come over here, mate. That's it, good boy. All right. You might just see his bum. Right, so we're going to get into child pose. So we're going to kneel on the floor. Come away. That's it. Get your bum on your ankles if you can. Okay. We're going to put our hands. Run our hands all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to slowly crawl our hands forward And as we do that, we're going to make sure that our bum is still as far back as we can. So we're sat on our bum. All we're doing is basically sliding our hands forward like this. And imagine that your back, imagine your lower back here, and the top of the spine is just being pulled out like that. Okay. So you anchor your bum on your ankles, and then slowly bring this forward. As you're pushing this forward, you're pushing this back. Okay. Like this. If you need to, you can get your elbows on the ground, doesn't matter. And then put your forehead on the ground. Okay, now from here, we're going to get into that move that Goose politely showed us, which is downward dog. Okay, so we're going to come up. So we're in a kneeling position. We're then going to put our toes on the ground here. And we're going to come up. We're going to then lower back onto our ankles. And as we do this, we may have to adjust our hands. That's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter. We're going to push. And as we do this, we're going to push down. So our bum is coming up. We're pushing down. And then what we can do is do some slow bouncing on the toes, well, on the balls of the feet, I suppose. Just working those calves. And then from here, we're going to go into a runner's lunge. So we're going to bring the right foot to the middle. Now this is a runner's lunge, which means that our knee is not on the ground. And we can put our hand to one side or the other side, doesn't matter. Just make sure that there is a nice stretch going on there. Whew. Yeah, I can certainly feel that. And then come back to downward dog. Change feet. All right. Okay, so let's get into our warrior position. So we're going to do this from standing. Now you could do this from the runner's lunge, but we'll just get into this from standing. Just make sure that we're all composed. Okay. Excuse me. So, runner's lunge. Now, I do karate. Runner's lunge may look, not runner's lunge, warrior one. Right, let's start that again. Okay, so now we're going to do warrior one yoga pose. I'm going to do this from standing. We could do this from the runner's lunge that we were on before, but I'm just going to do this from standing. Warrior one may look very similar to Zenkutsu Dachi, which is our karate stance, but it's very different. I'm going to explain the differences as I go. So, Zenkutsu Dachi in karate is our forward leaning stance, where we have a wider stance, and our back foot is pointed forward, more forward than in warrior one pose. Okay, so look, I'm totally off the mat here. We also are bending the knee really heavily, the front knee. So our knee is just over our big toe. And as you notice, I'm actually leaning forward as I go. Bring myself back, but it's not a 50-50 balance here, okay? The weight is more forward, because what I want to do in Zenkutsu Dachi is obviously strike forward, go forward. It's a forward moving stance. Whereas with Warrior One, there's some fundamental differences. Warrior One, we're bringing our back foot forward into the mat, okay? So it's not what I would class as tight roping, okay? If I see tight roping in the dojo, I'll say something about it because your balance will be getting off, especially if you're turning. So it's not tightrope. Imagine there is, say, a shoulder width, maybe even a shoulder width and a half apart in terms of width. But you want to make sure that you are the width of the mat. The forward foot is still pointing forward. The back foot is more turned off in a more of a 30 to 45 degree angle. So imagine that your toes, your back toes, are pointing towards the corner of the room there. Yes, you are bending your front foot, but at the same time, your weight is distributed evenly 50-50, okay? You also have your pelvis turned in, which we do in Zenkutsu Dachi, but again, the weight is predominantly in the middle. We're also focusing a lot on the back foot. We're pushing into the back part of the foot here, planting it, rooting it into the ground. Okay, so really focusing on that. What I like to do in Warrior One, because I often forget about my hips, is put my hands on the hips, and if I can visually see that my elbows are actually pointed in the wrong direction, then what I can do is twist, do it nice and slow. So both of my elbows are now pointed into at you, right? Straight on. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to sit here for a minute. We're just going to stay here, and we're just going to examine and become more aware of where the things are. Okay, so our front foot pointing forward, planting that down. It's like a piston. We've just, that's now rooted into the ground. That isn't moving. The back foot, we've got an awareness here just by the back ankle. That is also pushing down. Imagine that both of your feet are grabbing the mat and bringing it in, right? Our back foot is straight. It's not locked out, okay? There's no tension here, but it is straight. Our hips are also forward, and our back is up. Our chest is up. Like this. There we go. Having your elbows back like this also forces the shoulder blades to come apart as well. So opening these up so you can take some nice breaths. If you're wobbling like I am, don't worry. Like I said, Warrior One is supposed to be a beginner's pose, but let's face it, it isn't. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do with Warrior One is we're going to bring our hands up. So we're going to, from the hips, bring our hands out. And if you feel any tension in this, just relax. You see, I'm moving my wrists. You know, this is supposed to be not a strictly tight stance. So you just, you know, go with it. And then bring this up. Make sure you're doing this as you're breathing as well. Bring your hands all the way up. Again, you don't want to be doing any stiff movements, so we're not pushing it out and bringing it up. All right, it's nice flowing movements. Flowing movements with our breath. So bringing our hands all the way up. And as we bring our hands all the way up, you can feel that the spine is extending. Now, if you can, rotate your hands so that your fingers are pointing to the ceiling. Now, what I like to do here is to do some check-ins. So we're at this point here. Let's bring our awareness again to the back foot. Make sure that that is properly rooted and pushing down. Let's bring our awareness to the front foot. Make sure that that is properly facing the right way and pushing down. Let's bring our awareness to the hips. Are our hips square or are they to the side again? And it doesn't matter if it's wrong. Now is the time to adjust. If you can, from here, bring your hands together and push up. But do it lightly. Now, break our hands. Going back down, bring those wings back down. There we go. And then back onto our hips. All right. So that's warrior one. That is on this front foot. We're going to do it on the reverse front foot. Now, with obviously Zenkutsu Dachi, I would say change legs in the dojo, and I would then do kamae, and everyone would go really fast. But this is yoga. So what we're going to do to come out of this is we're going to go all the way down, and we're going to hold our foot, or we're going to put our hands to one side. We're then going to bring the back foot. Let's move this hand over here actually. Bring the back foot to front foot to the back foot, like so. Place them back in the middle. And then let's get into some downward dog again. Okay, so let's get into a kneeling position. Now, you might find that actually, as I was feeling, your ankle, your back ankle, is getting tight. It's getting a little bit tight. So you may have to like pause this, do some ankle movements. If there's any elements of this that you are struggling with, then maybe it's worth focusing on those portions of components of your body before trying to force yourself to do all of these moves. Please don't force yourself. Only go as far as you can. And if you're like, whoa, something's niggling here, I'm not ready, then do take a look at the other videos that I've got, especially on the TikTok as well, and the YouTube shorts, where I break up these moves into small segments, and I go through step by step how to actually perform the moves individually rather than doing it in a big routine. Okay, so we're going to focus on the other foot now. So we had our right foot forward, and we're going to have our left foot forward. So we're going to get back into downward dog again from this position. So up with our legs, pushing down, and then move those feet. Right, now what we're going to do, we're going to get into a runner's lunge again. So move that hand to one side, bring this over like this. You are now correctly in line. And then we're going to try, I can't do it very well, to get that stretch. I have to bring this forward, that's it. Bring this stretch in. Oh, there we go. Okay, from the runner's lunge, we're going to just check our feet. This is pointing forward. This is more on a 45, 30, 45. It's pointing to the corner there. So I know that my feet are in the right position. Okay. From here, we're going to try something. Don't worry if you can't do it. Okay, don't worry if you can't do it. If you can't do it, just do it from standing. So we're going to grab our hips, and we're going to slowly bring ourselves up. Now remember where our awareness should be on the front foot. As you saw, I moved my front foot backwards, right? Because I was aware that I was in the wrong position. So bend that. Have an awareness to the back foot. Really push into the back side of the foot, right? Pushing it down. We're both pushing down, bringing it forward as well. Okay, now look at where my hips are. My hips are at this point. They should be over here. So what do? We put our hands on our hips, and slowly with our breath, we rotate it forward. There we go. And we can feel, if we put our actual hands on the pelvis and the hip, you can actually feel that moving. You might be able to get a bit of a deeper stretch as you bring that forward. There we are. Now again, I know that I'm wobbling. It's just something I do. I'm a big wobbler. There we are. So from here, we're going to bring our hands up all the way to the center there. Again, we're going to bring ourselves to the awareness. We've got the hips in the right position. Are the feet correct? Is the weight distribution correct? If it's not, then please do change, adjust. There's no race. There's no race here. No ego. I know that I'm learning myself. All right, so there'll be things that perhaps I do wrong, and that's fine. That's fine. Bring our hands all the way to the top if we can. Rotate our palms so the palms are facing each other. Breathe. Hands together. You can see my back foot probably wobble. There we go. All right, let's bring it back. Okay, put our hands onto the front knee. As I did that, I was aware that actually this foot needed to be bent a little bit more, so I need to work on that. And then we're going to lower our hands all the way down to our foot. Bring this hand over here, go back into downward dog, move that foot in, and then have a look at go into downward dog. There we go. And then kneel on the ground. Sit on your bum, sit on your ankles, and that is Warrior One. As you can see that, you know, it's supposed to be a beginner pose, but let's be honest, this isn't really a beginner pose. It's something that I'm learning and still adapting and improving. Okay, so hopefully as you watch more of these videos, you'll see that I myself are improving in my yoga practice as well. But I'm very eager to hear how you have got on with Warrior One. Do let me know. Do let me know, put your thoughts in the comments. But for now, thank you ever so much for watching, and have a very happy day. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.